Okay, so they have this is on Oasis of the Sea, Team Fry's vacation in May or last week of April to be specific, and they had a walking slash running track that went from one end of the ship to the other. And me being a big walker every day, I'm obsessed of getting 10,000 plus to 15 to 20,000 steps a day. I took full advantage when I was on the ship. Not like the ship had no room for you to walk to track add up miles a day because the ship is so big from one end to the other, and it's 19 stories tall, and you constantly are walking, go, go, go. I decided to record taking one lap around the whole entire ship. Now it took me, I think, close to 10 to 15 minutes just to do one lap. And I must say I've did a lot of walking in lots of scenarios and lots of places. But this by far was absolutely fantastic to just simply walk, relax, look out of the ocean. The wind up and down all these tunnels was a very good speed that it felt like there was a fan blowing on you the entire time you were walking. So there was no complaint there. You could watch the sun rise on one side, watch the sunset on the other side while walking. It was so nice. And as you can see, the sun is fairly somewhat high in the sky. I can't remember if this was in the evening or in the morning, but there was hardly any traffic on this track as I was walking that morning. Thought I would just share it to the YouTube people out there that want to come across on Oasis of the Sea by Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines. This was the Western Caribbean cruise that took us to Labadee, Haiti, Falmouth, Jamaica, and finally to Cozumel, Mexico. We left and came back from Fort Lauderdale, Everglades of the Ports in Florida. And the whole time I've been talking for the last 5 minutes, I haven't even got to half a circle of the ship. Now here is pretty neat. This is the back of the ship. If you was to take those stairs and go up, it would be the big Aqua Theater live shows that they have in the back of the ship. This is the first corner around. They have a few chairs out back here. This is on deck 5. It's one of the absolutely best places to watch the sunset because the back of the propellers has such a soothing. It's almost better than a waterfall. It sounds a lot like a waterfall with the nice breeze that comes along with it. A lot of people will come back here and just take a nap. It's nice that they don't have a ton of chairs from one end to the other end of the ship. They're a few here, a few there, and you just kind of go throughout the day and you always can grab a chair. Now here to the right, underneath the stairs, that's actually patches of grass in case you bring your pets along, like your dogs. There's always a place for them to go, and I think they swap out the grass daily, which is a nice bonus for pet lovers, that they actually have a place for the dogs to go on the ship. How great is that? Okay, so we've officially made our first half, so to speak, turn, half circle, and it's pretty neat. They have funny signs as you're walking. There's a sign coming up here on the right that'll say, if you're standing there more than 5 minutes holding up traffic, you get a $500 fine. But it's pure comical, because I forget what the little catchphrase is below. It says paid to the fitness department. But it's all those yellow boats on the right. That's the emergency raft boats in case something was to ever happen. Those are from one end to the ship to the other on both sides. Those white barrels you see, though, those are the beacon buoy that will float along with the yellow boats for it can be tracked in weather to find stranded people and need to be rescued. There's not a whole lot to see on this deck, but I just thought I would do a little bit of narrating as I did one official lap on Oasis of the Sea. So I'm going to let the natural sounds, if any, come from the rest of this audio clip, and thanks for watching.